What has Illinois State Treasurer, the nation's youngest one, achieved in office?
And if Barack Obama is the Democratic presidential nominee, will he ask Hillary Clinton to be his running mate? We'll find out about these issues and much more on NewsViews.
Good morning and welcome to NewsViews. I'm Andy Shaw. Barack Obama would only be 47 years old if he's elected president in November. But Obama's a veritable senior citizen compared to his good friend and fellow Illinois Democrat Alexi Giannoulias, a North Side banker who was just 29 when he ran for state treasurer in '06 against the wishes of some party leaders like House Speaker and state Democratic Chairman Mike Madigan. But Giannoulias won and at age 30 became the youngest state treasurer in the country. His main responsibility is to invest $17 billion in state funds, and he credits his banking background for an increase in revenue from those investments. Giannoulias also claims to have greatly improved the state's Bright Star College Savings Program. He helped set up the Fallen Heroes Scholarship Fund to benefit the children of Illinois vets killed in Iraq and Afghanistan, and he implemented some of the state's toughest ethics rules in his own office. State Treasurer Alexi Giannoulias, welcome back to NewsViews. Your banking background forces me to ask the first question, for which you don't have an easy answer because it's not in your bailiwick, but the mortgage crisis, the foreclosures. The state could presumably do something, but we know how dysfunctional things are in Springfield. A, is there something the legislature and the governor should be doing beyond the few things they've done? And is anything possible in this climate?
Well, it is obviously a huge problem, which is spilling over to other sectors of the economy. We're seeing it every day nationally. About 8,000 people are being foreclosed upon every single day. And there have been a lot of proposals out there. I think, at the end of the day, we have to educate people to let them know and understand loan documents, understand that, the 10.3% of all homeowners who now have mortgages which are higher than the value of their home. There are ways to attack that problem, and also we have to make sure that we stabilize the market. In other words, if the federal government could maybe help to guarantee some of these lenders and some of these banks, if they can guarantee the principal on those loans, I think there's potential to lock in those rates. My concern...
Well, there's lots of things that the federal government and the White House are doing. I'm wondering, is this a federal problem, or can we at the state level, and should we at the state level be doing more?
I think we can do more, but again, at the end of the day, I think it's more of a federal issue. When you talk about finding ways to guarantee the principal on some of these loans on the condition that lenders and banks will lock in the current rate they have over the next 20, 30 years, there's benefit to that program. My concern is over the next 3, 6, 9 months, all the individuals and families whose rates are going to reset and in some cases go up by 2, 3, 4 percentage points, and people who are hardworking and have been responsible in paying their bills are now not going to be able to pay their mortgage and will lose their home.
Why don't you throw something in the hopper in Springfield that you'd like to see them do? Not that they would be able to get it done, but why not give it a shot? And
we already have. I'm one step ahead of you, Andy. We have a program called the Our Own Home Program, where through the State Treasurer's Office, we will guarantee 10% down of a person who's buying their first home or is looking to refinance their mortgage. It gives the banks and lending institutions a little bit more help in deciding whether or not to approve it.
And what's its prognosis in a legislative body? The House headed by someone you're not on the greatest terms with, Mike Madigan, the governor not able to get along with Madigan and a lot of others, dysfunction the rule of the day. Can your bill pass?
Well, as you know, I'm optimistic by nature. The program is already in place. We are looking this year at some legislation to even increase it even more. Again, like I said, I'm optimistic by nature. My relationship with the Speaker is better than most people in the media want to portray it, and our legislation has been flying through. We put together a venture capital bill. We're trying to bring more private equity money to the state of Illinois. That flew out of the House yesterday, 110-0, so things are moving along.
You've done a lot of things in 2 years. I think probably highest visibility was your efforts to reclaim a couple of hotels that were purchased with state money given to people who didn't need it but had a lot of clout, i.e. Bill Cellini in Springfield, and improving the loan programs, the college loan programs, because that's so critical. Do you regard each of those as equally good things, or does one stand out as the thing you're most pleased with in the first 2 years?
Well, I think in general we have really professionalize the state treasurer's office. And again, we are responsible for investing anywhere from $14 to $16 billion every day. And I thought it would be a great idea to run it more like a business, like a private corporation. So we've professionalized services. We've, in addition to enhancing the state's investment portfolio aggressively and staying ahead of all our benchmarks while still maintaining liquidity and a safe portfolio, we've also put together programs like Green Rewards, which is the largest state rebate program for hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles in the country. We've taken Bright Start from probably the worst college program in the country to one of the top 5 programs.
We changed its manager so that the people will be stuck with a lot less repayment cost.
That's correct, and we've cut the fees.
You're helping the families of vets, which is critical.
That's right.
Alexi Giannoulias, the state treasurer, is our guest on NewsViews. Stay with us after a short break. We'll talk about Barack Obama and some other folks.